700 rams
Right.
and 7,700 he-goats.
Right, you see? And what did he do to deserve that? You know what I'm saying though? What did he do? He just done what the Most High told him to do. That the fear was so, it went throughout the land so fearful, people became so fearful, they said, well, I ain't messing with this guy. So they start to bring him, they brought him tribute, silver, yeah, the Arabian flocks, and the Arabian brought him flocks, 7,700 rams, 7,700 he-goats. That was a commodity then. Cattle that was wealth. Silver was wealth, not these paper money today. Land is wealth, and because he stood on truth. He just stood on truth. He stood on Yehovah B'Hashem Yehoshai, man. Yeah, 12:2.
Yep, verse 12 says, and Jehoshaphat waxed great exceedingly, and he built in Judah castles and cities of store.
Right.
And he had...
Oh yeah, go on.
It's like it. And he had much business in the cities of Judah, and the men of war, the mighty men of valor, were in Jerusalem.
So this battle is not carnal, man, but it is mighty in the Most High through the Spirit. It's not carnal. So when I hear the Most High says to you, when he says to me, do this, or go A, B, and C, I don't really need to question it. Once I know it's in the scriptures, for example, getting a juk, the V. Short term, you might even. I've seen people be healed, so-called healed, right? Someone in my family went to one of them Christian church, right? This was I knew it weren't right anyway, but I think I told the story. And they gave him some what they call it, holy water. Said rub it on you, because my brother took him, rub it on you. He got the holy water. He come back. He said he was telling me, right? He was feeling good, I said, okay, but I was always in. I said, I don't know about all that. I was a bit too. It was too left-hand side for me. So he was feeling good. He said, I feel healed. So next time I saw him, he said, oh, what happened? Something happened in the oil. I had my beard back and I walked past a candle and I told some brother, and the candle fell on the oil and it inflamed up, burned up my second-degree burns, burned up his back. He had to go to the hospital. I had to be there for him, and I didn't really want to say I told you so. You know what I'm saying? But that was because of someone's lack of faith.
Yeah.
That's because that's a lack of faith. So he put his trust in man. The scripture says not to put your trust in man. But that was an example that I said to myself, boy, you see, people, are they going to learn? So the point is I'm making that it might make you might feel charged up, you might feel extra hyper energetic. But with herbs it could work in a different way. It's more slow and it's more long term. And you've got to be consistent and persistent with herbs. So that's how I got into the herbs. I saw so many bad things happen in hospitals and with people listening to so-called professionals.
Yeah.
And I never used to talk a lot. I used to learn through example. I said, that's not for me, man. That's not for me. Let me try this out.
If I may, being in a hospital right now is one of the worst places you could possibly be. Because, you don't even know what they're doing to you, man. They could be let's say God forbid, you get hit by a car. You wake up in your hospital, you're in a hospital, but you don't know what they've been injecting you with. You know what I'm saying? You don't know. They could do anything to you in there, man. So, right now, if you can, stay away from those hospitals, man, and those doctor's surgeries. Back to you.
Yeah, man. So, there's advantages just by being obedient to Yehovah Hashem. There's benefits just by being obedient. Long-term benefits, sometimes it could be short-term. Some brothers get blessed, their little blessings here and there. They'll tell you about those blessings you get here and there. But the point is that we serve the Most High, man, and He knows what's best for us, man.
That's right.
Immediately we get results, or sometimes it might come later on down the line, man. Just read that again, 12 again.
Khan. 2 Chronicles 17 verse 12. And Jehoshaphat waxed great exceedingly, and he built in Judah castles and cities of store. And he had much business in the cities of Judah, and the men of war, mighty men of valor, were in Jerusalem.
Yeah. See, he didn't get shook. He didn't start to worry about these people. They're more mighty than us. Maybe I should put the Bible down. you know, just put the Bible down, because you can't deal with this Bible thing. You know what I mean? Because you know what I mean. People get shook, you know, with the ISUPK at the moment, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're saying get it, and as that woman that phoned in, there's no debate, man. To me, there's no debate about it, man. You know, Yahushua said no, and that's in the Leviticus law, isn't it?
Leviticus 19:27 and 28. Can you just get it for you?
Yeah, bring it out, brother. Sure.
Right, this is
We have to
Leviticus.
hit these people because they need reminders, man.
Yes, sir. Right, Leviticus 19:28. Ye shall not make any cuttings in your flesh for the dead, nor print any marks upon you. I am Yahweh.
Right, man. You see,
It's cut and dry, man.
people say, well, why? That's fair enough. You want to know why, man. But now is the time where you could just look around you, and the Most High is so beautiful. He's showing you why.
He is manifesting it.
He's showing you now through the social media, man. You know, social media and people's experiences. Like I say, I've seen things happen to people that in my family that I was, you know, I said, fuck. I said, nah, this is terrible, man. I learned from, you know, other people's bad experiences. You know, not to take that.
If I may
Not
say
to trust
something.
Eve. You never trust thine enemy, man.
Yeah. It's lucky, if I may say, I saw 2 cases this week. One case was of a baby that the mother had involved in some of these serpent's juice trials, and the baby got the clot shot or whatever, and after 13 days the baby became paralyzed from the neck down. So, you know, they're not going to put that on the mainstream media. You have to, if you seek and you shall find, man. The information's out there. Damn.
Right. Yeah. You see? Because I was watching the is it Guatemala, that hurricane, is it earthquake over there?
There's so much going on.
Yeah.
Lost track.
Oh, there's another one. Let me bring that one out. This was the California fire, right? And they went in it. They had an Edomite woman, and she was saying, "Look what happened to the house." She said, "Look what happened to the house." She said, "I was in that house yesterday, cooking and doing everything I do. You know, doing all everything, cooking in the kitchen." And you could see, just looked at her face. Her face looked totally fucking messed up, like just she didn't know what hit her. You know, so
Edomite?
an Edomite woman, and with the volcano,
Is that in Spain?
Canary Islands. That's it. It's in the Canary Islands, La Palma, place called La Palma, and they're saying the house all about 400 million damage worth of damage of houses, hundreds and hundreds of houses, and they're saying, is this what they call it, the lava, is it going to continue for the next couple of weeks? They're saying it looks like it's just going to continue for the next couple of weeks.
Has anybody died yet?
I don't think there's any deaths yet, but
Probably going to release some of that information soon.
well, there's an army. They've recruited an army, a military, to you know, like to really cater for people, to try and cater for people to make sure that they're all right, you know.
But yeah, speaking of what you were saying about trust not thine enemy, because I saw a case where this dude, he took the shot, and afterwards, what happened was, I don't know how long afterwards, but this is on BitChute, and I found out that what happened was this dude's blood turned into jelly.
Okay.
No, it clotted.
Yeah, it clotted. So just imagine all of the rest of your body, your blood, has been turned into jelly like that, and that explains why people are dropping dead.
Yeah.
Because of that kind of blood, that blood can't circulate throughout the body.
No, it can't.
So I mean, if it can't circulate out the body, then basically what's going to happen eventually? If let's say you're doing sports with that kind of blood, you're gonna drop dead. Like this woman, I was in the shop, and I was supposed to, you know, I'm getting my all of my stuff, my wood and everything, because I was doing my floors, and you know, I was basically shouting, saying, "Is anybody here?" So then I saw one woman, I was shouting to her, and she was like walking quickly. She couldn't run, but her walking quickly, she was tired already. She was already tired, because what's going on with the blood? The blood is turning into this thick jelly substance because of what's within the clot shot, like the brother was saying, you know, the spider juice. So I mean, hey man, it's all being revealed right about now that this so-called white man he's proven the Bible to be correct, that he is the evil man that is already spoken of. So it's official, man. I mean, we've been saying this for years, for time in and time out. We even so I mean, it's so bad that they've even come to grips in seeing how devilry they can be.
Yeah.
Because they themselves didn't even know how they could be so evil like that.
Yeah.
They themselves didn't know. They thought that we was talking shit or we was just being racist. But it's not even about being racist. It's about, because what we've done is we've already studied their kind already, so we know what they're capable of doing. So when we come out, because you know when you get into the scriptures, you're aware of everything. The scriptures makes you aware of so many different things worldwide. That's why it says that we've been anointed or given an unction that we know of all things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when you look up that word unction, the word unction just simply means anointed. So we see everything. We get into, and you know what as well, the proof of that, because we could be in our fruit time, and we just go into research and wild shit. Like I'll research what spiders do and different variations of spiders, bugs, different mammals, all of that stuff, man. I get into in my spare time when I can, So this truth opens your mind up to see things that you've never saw before. So you would evidently see your enemy differently. Because we do have an enemy, man, and that's just the thing. And really, it's not just that we have an enemy. The earth has an enemy.
Yeah.
And it's been shown and proven that the so-called white man has been proven to be what the Bible says that he would be in these last days.
That's right.
The devil. So let's get that in Proverbs 16, verse 4. Because the Lord created souls on the earth, right? He created the good souls, and as well as he created the bad souls to bring in the evil day. So that's what he's set up to do. That's what this man's getting ready to do on a global scale, not on a national scale, a global scale.
Yeah, international, yeah.
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 Go on, brother.
Proverbs 16 verse 4. Yet the Lord Yahweh hath made all things for himself,
Yeah.
yea, even the wicked for the day of evil.
So that's why this devil is here, to exist on the earth, to show what evil is, which is really going to proceed through the Most High. The Most High is going to allow him to get down in evil. Like I was talking about this in this individual where basically his blood got thick and it turned into jelly due to the shot. So this devil, he's going to take as many as he can right along with him. And he's going down dirty.
Yeah.
Esau ain't playing it safe. He's not playing it, what's the word, man? He's not being even with the game,
Yeah.
with people. He's being dirty with people, because what it is they know in the back of their minds. Now in their conscience, they want to believe that they're going to exceed the judgment. But in their mind, in their spirit, they know that judgment is going to fall upon them. But they want to believe to escape it. And that's why they're doing all that they can do. And I'm talking about these elitists. Go on, brother. You got something to say.
Salaki, yeah, I just mentioned off camera. I'll just mention it on camera.
Yeah.
I just spoke to Ariel. Before I came to the camp, I had to go to Westfield to pick something up.
Go on.
Now, in the Westfield, they've got this place called the C19 Serpent Juice Center.
Yeah.
And I've always walked past there at night. I've never been past it in the day.
Go on.
Today was the first time I went past it and it was open. And I literally saw people queuing up, just walking in to get the clock shot. And I'm like, I was just looking at these people thinking, Matt, these people must be stupid, man.
Yeah.
And they had, it all looks nice, it looks clean, and oh yeah, you see the NHS logo and shit. But really, the people are lining up to get killed, essentially.
Yeah, because what it is people don't actually believe that this is happening in their reality.
Yeah, it's too far-fetched.
It's got, exactly. So even though the information's there, they still can't comprehend it. So they're going right along and taking the thing, and it's fucking their blood up.
Yeah.
And you wonder why people are dropping dead. But this is the goal. The goal is to kill as much people as possible, and they're about to do that.
Yeah.
You mark my words, man. That's what they're gonna do, And we've been talking about this for time. Anyway, brother, get me the first scripture I want you to get me is in the book of 2nd Ezra 15, because this is what's coming down the pike. Everything that Ezra spoke about is definitely going to be seen in this reality that we're experiencing right now.
From the top?
Let me see, because I got all of the scriptures on deck, as you know how I do.
Yeah, I was reading 2nd Ezra this morning, actually. So 15, I was reading.
Yeah, 15, and that's what I want you to get as well. Yeah, get me 2nd Ezra 15. Hopefully this will load up. Yeah, it's loading up. Yeah, I think it's verse, hold on, wait there. My bad. Yeah, 2nd Ezra. Right, 6 and 22. That's
right,
it.
Khan. 16:22.
No, 6:22.
22. Okay.
Yeah.
2 Ezra chapter 6 verse 22 says, and suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown,
Yeah.
and the full storehouses shall be suddenly found empty.
Yeah, because I want to get into this topic of what's going on down here in the UK, on how we have we're going to have a possible shortage of food, and we probably already got that going on already in different areas in the UK, but it's just going to get worse. It's going to continue to get worse, and now they're making excuses about certain products won't be in the stores because of CO2. So that's going to give them more of an excuse to pretty much not put all of the products in the stores that people used to buy.
Yeah. It's all by design now.
Yeah, come. That's right. So, I mean, it's happening. It's happening right before our eyes, and it's definitely in the reality. So, but it's so far fetched, like you said, brother, that people just don't believe it. They think that it's just something that's on your phone or your television.
Yeah.
But it can be reality, and I understand that because people are in their own bubble. People are in their own personal dimension. People are not dealing with reality. So when you're not in the reality of things, you think that stuff can't happen.
Yeah.
But it's happening. Right while you're in your own bubble, reality is happening. So that's just the problem with these people. They're going to be taken by surprise of what's getting ready to go down out here. Because this world ain't going to last forever. I mean, we've been saying this for time. This society doesn't have another 200 years. The British Empire, so that people understand, doesn't have another 200 to 400 years. These people will be basically lucky if this shit goes for another 2 to 4 years.
Can't. That's right.
Or even less than that. I'm being nice. A year and a half.
Lord willing.
Come, you got something to say, Art?
Well, in terms of people not dealing with reality, that's what the society has taught them. Like by constantly feeding the people
That's right.
entertainment. Like when you turn on the TV, you see all kinds of folly on there, and that's a distract. People watch that stuff because they don't want to deal with reality. Like for example, I remember like trying to talk to people in the world, people my age when I was a bit younger, say in my early 20s and stuff. Trying to talk to some girls and stuff about real topics, and they're like, "Oh, I don't watch the news because it's too depressing." But yet they'd sit there and they'd spend hours watching Big Brother.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Like people are looking for escapism.
Yes.
So when we come at them with this truth, they hate us because we're bringing something that's like it pisses on their parade. It ruins their whole worldview.
Yeah.
So they don't want to deal with it. So therefore they avoid us. I mean, that's just me giving a little bit of personal test about my own personal experience. But people are looking to escape the reality. But the best thing about this is that there's not going to be anywhere to run. But once the bodies start dropping, man, you're not going to be able to like. You're not going to give a shit what's happening in Albert Square when there's dead bodies lying at the end of your road. You're not going to be able to escape that shit, man.
Can't.
And that's beautiful, man. And it says, the day of the Lord shall come as a thief in the night.
Yep.
So it's going to take them by surprise. If you knew what hour the thief was coming, you'd have watched and not suffered your house to be broken up.
Taken up, yeah. And if you can, brother, if you can read this article.
Can't.
I think it was the first one I sent to you.
Yep.
Where it says, no, that's the second one. The first one I want you to read to me is where it says record numbers of cargo ships.
Okay,
Yeah.
I get that.
Yeah, because that's just the reality. The reality of the matter is that there's going to be a shortage of food due to many situations because, this whole up-and-coming new variant, which they call it the Delta, and that's really going to just F shit up and totally just pretty much destroy the economy to nothingness and also stop, obviously, the economy from working. Okay, because people obviously do many different variations of jobs, which makes the economy go around. So this whole this next and up and coming lockdown is just going to shatter this place on every single level, and we just dealing with this aspect here, the supply chains. So let's deal with this.
Right, the article says a record number of cargo ships are backlogged off the California coast. It says around 65 ships are backlogged off the California coast, resulting in empty shelves in stores as the latest sign of a destroyed supply chain surfaces. These ships are stuck outside the port of Los Angeles and Long Beach, which handle about 40% of all cargo containers entering into the country.
Yeah, go on.
It says, we have all likely noticed the shelves are not fully stocked at our local grocery stores and department stores. Retailers and manufacturers have rushed to place orders and restock their inventories.
Yeah.
But the global shipping system is struggling to keep up, and now with the backlog of ships sitting off the coast, we could see a major shrinkage in the products available for purchase.
And like I've said, and I'll say this again, this is done by purpose. All of this is done by purpose. And the reason why this is done by purpose is they need to get rid of this old world system. It doesn't work for them anymore. People are rebelling, people are waking up, protesting, and all of this other stuff. So it's like, you know what? We gotta break this shit down and set up a new world system to where we have total control. But very few corporations at the very top have all of the control above everybody else. Capitalism on steroids. That's the kind of world they're setting up. But they have to make an excuse to break this system down, the old system, which has never really functioned correctly in their eyes, from their perspective. You know, and really what it all boils down to is the fact that they fear losing their power at the end of the day.
Yep.
Because they know what we're saying is true. They know about the Israelites, and as well as they know the history. They know the history of every empire. You had the prophets. And the prophets, yeah, brother, you dropped your phone. And the prophets gave the message as well as they know. And the message was always terrible. So whatever society the prophets were in, they gave a message proclaiming an up-and-coming event which is going to bring that system down. So we're doing the same thing today. Before the Lord brings the decree down, he sends his men to make sure that the word, we're basically his mouthpiece, and his words are going forth out of the mouths of the prophets, sending them before time, early in the day. That's why we're here. That's why we're wearing these robes. That's why we're looking the way we look, because we're here to set the standard and let people them know, whether they want to hear or forbid, that this shit is getting ready to collapse.
That's right.
It is going to be a global collapse at the end of the day, whether you want to believe it or not. Because I understand that many people are in their own bubble and they don't want to deal with the reality, but reality is going to hit you in the face. Because while you're in this bubble, in your own personal bubble, reality is happening. So just because you're in your own bubble, that doesn't necessarily mean that reality just stops. Everything freezes. Time just freezes because you're in your own bubble. And your bubble is your bubble. No. That's not how this thing's gonna operate. Whether you're in your own bubble or not, shit is getting ready to happen out here, and your life is gonna be affected by this.
That's right.
Go on, brother.
Right, so reading on. It says, Gene Soroka, head of port of LA last week, warned that a significant volume of cargo was headed our way throughout this year and into 2022. He added, we continue to monitor a host of variables, disruptions, continue at every node of the supply chain. It says, according to a report by the BBC on Saturday, a record 73 ships were stuck off the coast, which amounts to almost twice as many as the same time in August.
Right.
Some cargo ships have been diverted because of this backlog, which is preventing thousands of containers from being unloaded.
So, I mean, what is this going to bring about? I mean, if the cargo ships can't bring the stuff into the country, import the stuff into the country, and people can, and then the stuff gets into the stores, right? Then that's going to cause, if the cargo can't deliver this stuff or import the stuff to a country, then how else are you going to take care of yourself? If the goods are not stored, into the country and sent inside the stores, what are you going to do then? And also, you gotta also be mindful of these farmers. These farmers have been coming out on TikTok saying that the government has told them X, Y, and Z to destroy their crops.
That's right.
And if they destroy their crops, they'll get an extra payment. You see, so this is going to be a pre-planned, orchestrated shortage of food. In other words, a famine worldwide.
That's right.
And the food is going to be there, but what they're going to do is they're going to rationalize things, and that's what they're setting up. And as well as what I'm also going to say, it's going to get to the point where you're going to have to get the MOTB.
That's right.
You're going to have to receive the mark of the beast. Okay. And I'm not gonna say what that is because they can take the video down, but you know what I'm saying. They're gonna administer that chip to you, and that's gonna be basically finalized to you that you're down with the system, and therefore you can have your freedoms back. You can eat like how you usually can, get as much shit you can in the stores. That's what they're setting up. And at the same time, like I said, they want to set up a world where they control your lives to the highest degree, where they actually can basically charge you for actually breathing.
Yep.
All right, some Al Gore shit. Like that's what they're setting up. So but according to the Brotherhood, their favorite model, which is also important to them, is order ab chaos. Why is that? Because they need to cause chaos, man, to bring a new order out of chaos. Go on, brother.
Yeah, like I always get that guy in my head that is Klaus Schwab, whatever.
Yeah.
You must have a great reset. Yeah. He's sitting there with his bald head like he's got the whole world on lock.
He's got the shit down.
Yeah, he's so comfortable like he's already won.
But
he's got a big surprise coming, man.
Yeah.
So I'll read on. It says, but nearby ports like Oakland do not have the capacity to deal with the volume of trade at the port of LA alone.
Yeah.
The amount of cargo handled is up to 30%.
And the reason why most of the cargo is sent to LA, because most of what the stuff that's in the cargo ships is from China. And China's having issues, as I've just read. A couple of days ago, I did a video on it, how they're having issues with their cargo ships being sent to America. So this whole situation, man, this whole Delta thing, which is up and coming, it's going to shock the system to nothing, and it's going to upset the economy.
Oh, really?
So this is what's happening. This is happening in the reality. And like I said about the bubble, people are in their own bubble. So because they're in their own bubble, reality is not happening. Their kind of reality is not happening, but the reality is happening. Go on, brother.
If I may say something, there's also the shortage of energy.
Exactly.
So come winter, gas and electricity prices are going to skyrocket.
Yeah.
So let's say if your bill for your heating was like before £40 a month, let's just say roughly £40,
yeah,
it could shoot up to £400.
Yeah.
Now, if you can't afford to have gas, that means you can't cook your dinner and you can't keep your house warm. So come this winter, when all the flu and all these colds are flying around, these people who have taken the shot, if they can't afford to heat their homes and they could get anything, and it could be fatal to them now because they're immune compromised.
Yeah, their immune has been sedated due to the shot that they've taken, that they've been told to take mandatorily, or not really mandatorily, coercionally. They've been told to take it, so they went right along and took it. Because see, the majority of the people, as I've always said, right, and I might sound like a miserable grump saying this, but whether I sound like it or not, I'm just telling you the truth. The truth of the matter is that people are too much of a dumbass to do any research before they get involved in things.
That's right.
And it's funny because last week when we left the camp, me and after I got done, talking with the brother Hopkins, me and him, we leave together. And from my end, because I get off of Victoria, all I see is a bunch of clowns, man. A bunch of clowns in the circus.
On a Saturday night.
On a Saturday night. People bugging out, wearing all kinds of different kinds of makeup, masks, rainbow hair I see.
Yeah.
These people are a bunch of circus clowns, man, when you really look at them closely.
That's right.
So these people are already good for the taking. Okay? They're ready to die, man, because they ain't got no damn sense.
Yeah.
They really don't have no damn sense, and that's why a lot of them have done what they've done. And now they're going to have to suffer the repercussions of being a goddamn fool, man.
That's right. So, reading on, it says, this is just one more issue that, and that's the thing, Salakia. If you're circumspect, you see all these different, like something's happening with the food, something's happening with the gas, something's happening with the shot. Everything's kind of culminating into this perfect storm which Esau's creating.
Yeah.
Right, so it says, this is just one more issue that will add to the increase in food prices as well. As more dollars chase fewer goods, inflation will continue to surge.
And they would have to, because then food is going to be in high demand. So to balance things out, let's up the ante, the prices, which is they're going to do. And like you was talking about, they're going to up the ante on the gas because it's going to be a shortage of gas and different variations of energy that people need. And as well as there's going to be a shortage of food. So life is just going to all of a sudden become real expensive. This is what society's turning into. And it's funny because ever since I've been in the shoe, I've always visualized of how everything is going to fall right in together in line. When this world blows up, right? There's going to be multiple different things happening at the same time to blow up this world, because this world is going to implode, and also explode. And then we're physically going to see the explosions coming from those missiles. So this is what they're setting up. I'm talking about the powers that be, and the powers that be, they're moving according to the power of the Heavenly Father on the left-hand side, because the Lord is going to send this man, create this man first and foremost to bring in what? The evil day. So if you can, brother, get me Proverbs 16:4 again, and also read Amos 3, verse 6.
I was just looking for Amos 3.
Because everything that's happening is all biblical. It's in the Bible. Like we've been in some brothers been in the Bible for 3 years. Some of us been in the Bible for 5 years. I personally been in this Bible for 11 years. So everything that's going to happen is biblical. Whether you want to believe in the Bible or not, it's all biblical. Even the Lord making his second return, we already know that's biblical. But before that happens, all kind of hell is going to break loose out here.
Yep.
You mark my words. And these people, they're going to have to come to their senses and realize, you know what, we're going to have to go towards this gut. We're going to have to go to 10 down the street and basically lick down the place, man, like Benjamin said.
Yeah.
You better believe it, man. These people, they're going to come to their senses, and they're going to protest up and down the street.
Yep.
In exact violence on that area.
Yep.
Because they're not going to have no choice. Go on, brother.
Proverbs 16 verse 4. Yahweh hath made all things for himself, yea, even the wicked for the day of evil.
Right, even the wicked for the day of evil. So who is the wicked? The wicked is Esau. These Edomites. And they're set forth to bring in the evil day. And it's going to, like I said, it's going to get to the point where people are going to just be like, you know what? We don't got no choice. We might have to just go down to 10 down the street and do what we got to do. Because they're not listening to us. It's going to get to that point. You mark my words. When people are shoved into a corner, they're going to do the unthinkable.
Like a cornered rat.
Yeah.
You know, you got to fight your way out the corner.
Yeah, and I mean, you can't blame the people, because when you think about it, what else do you do? When your life is being threatened, your children's lives are being threatened, you're going to exact violence. But this is what they're setting up. They're doing this by purpose, because what they really like to do is bring the soldiers on the streets.
Yep.
And exact violence against the people as well.
Yep.
So it's already, man, everything's coming, everything's being set up. This whole thing is being set up. And the elite really want to set these people up to exact violence so that they can have an excuse to exact violence and get done pretty much just destroying people, man.
Yep, shoot on sight.
Yep. Go on, bro.
Amos 3 verse 6. Shall a trumpet be blown in the city and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in a city and Yahweh hath not done it?
Right, the Lord have not done it. So the Lord is going to pave the way for this to go down. And people may say, well, how can God do such a thing? Yeah, because you've been taught to believe that God cannot do no hurt. When he can do some hurt, when it's justified for him to do it.
Can't.
So in this case, this world is going to experience great evils, which is bound to come here. Yeah, and like I said, it's going to be justified. Why? Because before the evils came, people were up to no good. People were seduced into sodomy, doing all kinds of variations of wickedness, going far left with their wickedness. And the angels have already seen it. Yep. So now the time is gonna come when it's gonna be justified for judgment.
That's right.
You see? So you can't say, well, how could the Lord do this and that? No. How could you do the wickedness that you did and not expect the repercussions of it?
Exactly.
That's what you got to think about. Go on, brother.
Amos 3 verse 7. Surely the Lord power will do nothing, but he revealeth his secret unto his servants, the prophets.
And that's what we've got. We have this truth, and this truth is showing us what Esau's going to do, how he's going to do it, when he's going to do it. Well, not exactly when, but we know. So we're in a situation where we're not afraid, we're not scared, we're not nervous about anything, because we know and we understand that this is set up to happen. It's already written in the scriptures, man. It's there.
Exactly. That's why we're not shocked.
Yeah.
You saw the script the 4th time. It's like you get an actor, right?
Mm-hmm.
Before the actor goes, so I'm cutting in.
Yeah, you know it's all.
Before the actor goes on the set to perform what he's doing, he reads the script, so he knows. Okay, you're